I have like no idea what I'm doing right now. It's like almost 1 a.m. and I was like, why don't I just record and like see what happens? Um, but it has been a very long night, tiring, emotionally draining, but here I am about to like talk about my emotions and everything and make it like worse probably. But oh, I look terrible. Whatever. I've been looking terrible for like months now. We'll get into that maybe. But I was like, oh, like why don't I just like hit record and see what happens? Also, my hair's really freaking long, and I need to cut it. Oh my god, my hair. Whatever. I turned 23 2 months ago. I just went through a breakup a couple months ago, and now it just feels like I have like no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? But like, also, to I know every like 20 something year old is like probably going through the same thing as me. Like, we don't know what we're doing, and like, when will we ever? Yeah, I've just been like really confused lately about what I'm supposed to be doing and what I'm going to be doing. And I know that other people have it definitely worse than I do. Um, like I'm in school, I'm in grad school. Like I know what I want. Do I know exactly how to get it? Maybe not, but I know what I want in some fields, some parts. But I've just been like a lot of conflicting questions and conflicting thoughts and conflicting um, wants and needs in my life, or at least in my future. Like, I've been saying this for like a couple months now, but I literally don't know if I want to be in a relationship ever again. Or like, I don't want to be in a relationship for like a very long time. Like years maybe. And I know it's like, I don't know. I've been told that's like kind of a crazy thing to say, and like maybe because I'm like in the midst of it all. But I literally, yeah, I don't know. I just like can't imagine myself in another relationship until like a couple years. And I don't know. Maybe I'm actually like, maybe it's because I'm like dealing with it like right now. I'm still like healing from it all. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I will be in a relationship. No, I probably won't. But maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I just think I was in such like a great relationship that I can't picture myself in another one. Yeah. Oh, and I've also been thinking like maybe like I don't want to get married. If you were to have like asked me if I wanted to get married like a couple months ago, like in the future, my answer would have been definitely yes. But I don't know now. I just feel like I'm just like really closed off, which is, yeah, which is valid, like with my circumstances and all. But like, I don't know if I want to get married. I don't know if I want to like have kids. But even then, for like someone like me, like having kids is like, that's like a whole another like journey of like trials and tribulations. And I like don't know if I'm like capable of taking care of like other people in that sense. Um, yeah, but I'm also like 23. Like, what else am I supposed to be knowing? But I don't know. I'm at like a weird age where like I've recently been like talking to people who are the same age as me, and like we like grew up together, and it's like, wow, we're on such different levels. We're on such different like times of our lives. It's like some of them are like ready for marriage. Some of them are like ready to like have kids, to settle down, to buy a house. Could not imagine me doing any of that right now. Like I can barely take care of myself. Like how am I gonna like take care of like another human being or like oh my god. Like oh that just like scares me a little bit. But everyone just like I know everyone's timeline and like lives and whatnot is different. Not everyone's gonna have the same timeline. But it's like, damn, should I be doing that? Should I be preparing for all of that? Oh, I don't know. 23 is such a weird age. But I've also been saying that for the past like 3 years. Once I like hit like in the 20s, it was like, oh, like I've been like going through it like 10 times more. But also when I was 19, that was like pretty bad too. But yeah, from the years of like 19 to like right now, it's been it's been a time. It's been a time. Let's just say that. Good, bad, everything in between. Um, I just feel like I've experienced like a lot really quickly in the past couple years, and now I'm literally just now analyzing it all and figuring out like the habits that I've made, whether or not they're good or bad, or if they still fit in my life. Um, or just like the way that I choose to move and the paths I choose to take. It's like maybe we should be a little more precious with our time. um, but yeah, the past couple of months have been very strange. Like I've been saying that for like a while now. But literally it's been so different and weird. But it's normal, I guess, for like any 20 something year old. But like once when you're living it, it's like the world's gonna end. But also I've felt that way since I was like born. So I don't know what that says about me. But yeah, just seeing people have kids, um, getting married, getting engaged, getting their own houses, their own places. It's like, wow. I like don't know if I can see myself doing any of that. Like I said, that might be just right now, but it's like, I don't know. It like freaks me out. Um, but yeah, another reason why I just like can't see myself in like a serious relationship for a long time is like never want to be that hurt ever again. I know it's a bad thing to say, and that should not be like stopping me from like my future and like I don't know. I just think everything's like really like still raw and like vulnerable to me. But I never want to feel that pain, that level of pain like ever again. And like the pain's like still, oh, I'm like still going through it. But I think that's like obvious. That's been obvious. Um, But who knows? I might be saying all of this in the future. Something just like happens, but it probably won't. Knowing me, like I'm gonna stand on business and I don't know, stick by that. But um, yeah, life changes really quickly in your 20s. That's all I have to say. It's like one moment, it's like you're really excited and you're like hungry for experiences and hungry for like adulthood. And then something just shifts where it's like, maybe this isn't as exciting as like I thought it was gonna be. It's a little more like serious than it should be. I I have no idea what I'm talking about, but yeah, 20s. Also, I've been relearning how to be okay being alone. I feel like from the ages of like, I would say like maybe 17-ish to 20, I learned how to be alone. Like I really enjoyed like my own company. Like I used to like go out on like solo dates to go eat or just like solo like adventure days. And then I got into like a serious relationship. Um, but even before that, it was just like I just craved that intimacy or craved that like person who I could be myself with. Like I was ready to be in a relationship by the end of like being like 19-ish. Yeah, once I hit 20, I was like, okay, like I I know what I want. Like I want like a serious relationship and I did get that. But even before then, like I didn't even date. Like I would have like crushes and all. But like what kid or teenager didn't, you know? But once I hit 20, I was like, okay, like I see everyone else experiencing this and I've been seeing everyone experience it since like childhood. Like when I would literally question like when will it be my turn? Like will I ever have this turn? And I did for a long time. And now I am learning how to be alone again. Which is a little bittersweet. Um I think for a moment recently I felt like I couldn't talk to anyone. But I've always had that problem. I've had that problem for a while. Even in the relationship sometimes. Or even in like friendships, I have my moments where I'm like, I question if I can talk to them. I don't know. I think I've always had that. But yeah, for a brief moment, like the past couple months, I just felt alone. Even though I wasn't alone, I just really had a feeling like I couldn't talk to anyone. Or at least like the people I wanted to talk to didn't want to talk. But literally just in my head. Um, but yeah, I don't think I've been properly putting the time and energy and no, I just don't think I've been putting the time or energy from my relationship into other aspects of my life. It's getting late. Like, I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. And here I am talking to y'all. I honestly don't even know if I'll post this. I'm just yapping away because I love to yap. I love to talk. Um, but I guess this is also like me learning how to be alone. Like, I don't know. Me talking to my phone at like 1 a.m. Like, I was not doing this a couple months ago. To this extent, at least. But I don't know. I know. Like, in a couple months I'll be okay. And I'll look back at this, like, hopefully. Hopefully I look back at this and I'm like, oh, like, Andy, you're so, like, so strong. Like, yay, like, great job. Okay, but knowing me, I'm like, oh, like, you were being over dramatic as hell. Like, it was never that serious. At least that's what I like to tell myself. But yeah, I've also been struggling with like body dysmorphia again. I've never really experienced it growing up as much. I was I guess like insecure in my body, but that was also growing up with like no one around me feeling secure in their bodies. That changed until I was like 17, 18 years old. Um, but then I started struggling with body dysmorphia when I was 20, 20 or 21. Um, and that was partially due because I don't know if you've ever been on prednisone, but when you're on prednisone, okay, I was on prednisone because I had an allergic reaction and I was breaking out in hives like every single day for like a whole year. But I was on and off of prednisone for like a long time. And a side effect of prednisone is bloating. Bloating, gaining weight, and like mood swings and just being very emotional. I had like all of those. But I was bloated for like the longest time. Like my face was a lot fuller. I was gaining weight. So I literally was having body dysmorphia and like feeling really insecure for months, for almost like a whole year until I got off of it and like my allergic reaction started to like be better. And I think for the past like 3-ish months, I I wouldn't like recognize the person I'm like seeing in the mirror or like seeing on like my phone screen. Like I was literally just talking about this, but like going through like my camera roll, like there's probably been like 3 selfies that I've liked of myself for the past like 4 months, and that's like not usual. Um, I just haven't been feeling like um myself or confident in my body in a while, especially through like the phone screen. Um, I just feel like I don't know, but maybe it's like I'm like working through trauma. Um, because a lot has happened in the past like couple months, and I just feel like my face, you can see it in my face. Like I look tired all the time, or I just feel like I'm going through it. Like there's no longer like a glimmer or like a spark in my face. But also that might just me being like crazy and like over exaggerating and having like facial dysmorphia. Um Yeah, but also know I'm not crazy because I do notice when like my face or like my body looks different. Um, but hopefully I like don't feel that way anymore. I also realized that I feel like I've also been a little negligent to that part of my life. Um, I also feel like I was really quick to say goodbye to connections that I've had that I felt at the time didn't serve me. Okay, but I don't regret that because clearly I felt a certain way then. And now I have like no like malicious like ill intent towards them. I don't know. Um I do I'm a firm believer of like people serve a certain purpose in the time that they're in your life. And if they leave and they never come back, then that's what their purpose was in your life at a certain time. And if they come back, then they come back. Like, I don't know. And you just need to like rebuild and redefine their place in your life. Also, growing up, I loved the concept of like being in love. Like, I yearned for that. I like craved that growing up. But, you know, me being me, like, I also didn't know that it was possible for someone like me, at least geographically, like here, like it was not possible. Also, the idea of growing older has been freaking me out lately. And usually, things like that don't freak me out. I love the concept of like growing older and growing wiser and experiencing life. But I think once I turned 23, like, once my birthday passed, I was like, oh, this is kind of scary. Like, it just like, it's been freaking me out bad. And I think that's been making me feel debilitated and out of control a bit. Like, I'm never gonna get this time back in my life. And a part of me feels like I'm like wasting it and not using it to the fullest or like living it to the fullest. Um, and another fear I have is like regretting. I'm like scared to like regret decisions I've made or regret not doing something or regretting, oh, I should have done this when I had the chance. And I'm just like afraid that I'm gonna like keep that habit as I keep getting older. Like one of my biggest fears is like being on my deathbed and like regretting that I did not do enough in my life. Like that's a big fear of mine. Like I'm not sure how to stop that. I guess you do get wiser like as you get older. Because teenage me would have like not grasped the concept of that. Teenage me wouldn't have teenage me wouldn't have grasped onto like any concept. Teenage me was very stubborn. I'm still stubborn. I've always been stubborn since I was like a kid, but like even like now I'm like still stubborn, and that's where like I fight about things. Like that's what my stubbornness is, like a weakness of mine. Also, like me being stubborn also means like I know what I want and I know how to get it and I will get it. But like my stubbornness can also get me into some bad situations that I end up regretting. It's like, at what point do you just like accept that life changes? whenever I want. Like the past couple of months, like my life has turned like a whole 180, and I had no control over it. It literally felt like I, no matter what I could do or thought I could do, like I couldn't do it. No matter how much I wanted things not to change, it was gonna change. And every single aspect of my life. Like it was like a domino effect of like change, change, change. And it was like either I let it happen or like I was gonna get like left behind. Like when your frontal lobe develops fully, like do you still stay up until like 2 a.m. and like have conversations with yourself like this? Or do you have like more clarity? Like I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to know. Like I honestly have like no idea what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, am I supposed to be on the prowl for like marriage? Or like when the next time that I'm ready to be in a relationship, like am I aiming for marriage? For a ring? For a rock? Am I supposed No, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be doing that for like a long time. It's like hitting, well, it's September right now, but it's about to hit like October, November, December. And I don't know about you guys, but like I don't tend to feel the most warm and happy during those months. I guess I do get seasonal depression, but it's more so like damn the holidays. I don't know. I don't know. The holidays have always been like bittersweet, especially my birthday. I've also learned that I don't enjoy my birthday. Like I do not like my birthday. Like I love everyone else's birthday. Like like my family's birthdays, my friends' birthdays. Like I'm a ride or die for those. But when it comes to my own birthday, no. I think I just have like too much expectations, and an idea of like how I want my birthday to be, and then it never turns out that way. As I'm getting older, it's like I can feel the birthdays become less significant and a little more of a reminder that I'm getting older, which is totally a thing. Like I know like people like I know people do that. I know people feel that way. But like actually experiencing it all, it's like whoa, like damn, I am getting older. Which I'm not old. I know I'm not old. I'm still young. And I am kind of a hypocrite because I always say once you start saying that you're old, then you start becoming like really old and you start looking old and acting old. So I'm not old. I'm young. I'm in my 20s. And I think being in your 20s, this is all valid, all the feelings that I'm having. And I'm pretty sure universal because it's not far-fetched. I'm pretty sure everyone has gone through this like array of thoughts and emotions one way or another in their lives, especially in their 20s. What am I watching right now? I'm watching Girlfriends again. I watched Girlfriends like from the beginning to end when I was I think I was going from senior year to freshman year of high school to college. What was a 17, 18-year-old gonna like know about a show like that? Watching it now as like a 23-year-old, I get it. Like there's shit that I like, there's stuff that I didn't really understand, or like the complexities of the experiences they were going through. And I was like, damn, as funny as it was so like, ooh, like the show itself, it's like, I honestly think it's one of the most complex shows about friendship, about womanhood, about adulthood. And I die on that. I'll die on that hill. But yeah, I'm watching Girlfriends right now, and it's great. I've also been watching a lot of YouTube. I feel like YouTube has like really great videos right now. I don't know. I don't know. I just think that YouTube, people on YouTube right now are craving like this form of like videos that feel, I guess, borderline intimate. Oh my god, I can't believe I've been like rambling this long about being in my 20s. Like, I do this like every fucking month. Like, okay, we get it. You're in your 20s. Like, you're going through it. You're fucking, like, you're going through it. Like, there's nothing more to say about that. But, I don't know. Maybe other 20-year-olds feel this way. Maybe you guys don't. And I know that there are, like, people that don't feel the way that I do right now. Like, I know there's a lot of, like, 20-something-year-olds that have, like, clarity about their lives and, like, what they want and how they plan their lives to be in the future. I just don't think that can be me. I don't think that's ever been me. I've never had like a structure like that in my life. Um, yeah, maybe that's just me being an artist. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I'm also gonna get a haircut soon. I think that's really what I need. It's been like almost, no, it's been 2 months since the last time I've got a haircut. And I think maybe that's causing me to have facial and body dysmorphia. Maybe. Maybe that's why I'm like going through it. Maybe I just need like a little sense of control over my life, and that is gonna be solved through a haircut. Being in your 20s is so tiring. It's like I'm expected to like have everything together, like my whole life together, like myself together. But like why? Like why do I need to be put together right now? I have my entire life to like be put together. I feel like your 20s is like the time where your life is like a puzzle and you're trying to fit everything properly, but like it takes a couple tries to get it right, you know? Um, and some fit, some don't. Sometimes there's too many puzzles, and sometimes there's not enough. You have to wait until the puzzle pieces like show up. Damn, that's actually kind of crazy. I'm kind of like the Riddler. What the heck? For the people that understand what I'm going through and are also going through the same things or like similar experiences or similar feelings or thoughts, I hope that you also are able to gain clarity on all of it. Um, I think through time we'll figure it out. But yeah, I don't know if I'll post this or not, but I hope you enjoyed my rambling. Um, I love to ramble. That's all I do with my life. Like, and I hope to keep doing it for the rest of my life. Yeah. Thanks for watching if you watched this far. Oh, I kind of don't like that. That felt a little superficial. I don't really do outros. I don't really like outros that much. So maybe this is the outro. But, yeah. Talk to you guys later.